What is up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and unless you've been living under a rock the last few days, you probably already know that a very early build of Grand Theft Auto 6 was leaked over the weekend. In a quick disclaimer, I'm not actually going to show any footage from the leak for two main reasons. One, I like my YouTube channel and I'd like to continue being able to use it. As we'll get into later in the video, Take-Two and Rockstar have been throwing the ban hammer around like Thor, and I would really like to keep my YouTube channel. And second, as again we'll get into later in the video, my thoughts on video game leaks are that they're always really stupid, and I don't understand why people would even watch them. Also, I'm not going to do a play-by-play on the entire saga. There are thousands of channels, I'm sure, that have already done that video and have done it way better than I could ever do it. And honestly, that part doesn't really interest me all that much. It's not the point of what I'm trying to do with this particular video. That being said, I will be doing kind of a bullet points version of that because I think that it's important that everybody be on the same page, understanding what I'm at least talking about. And like I said earlier, this happened over the weekend. I believe it was Sunday the 18th. A GTA forums user named, and I'm not making this up, Teapot Uber Hacker. They posted that they had 90 clips / footage of an early build of GTA 6. And they also posted what I assume is a download link, but I wouldn't know because I didn't click on it, because there is absolutely not enough money in the world for me to click a download link in a GTA forums post. And of course, it's the internet, so initially everyone just called bullshit. It probably didn't help that their username had the word hacker in it. I don't know that many hackers, but I can't imagine too many of them literally put the word hacker in their username. It kind of feels like it defeats the purpose of hacking. But it quickly became clear that this leak was legit, and Rockstar and Take-Two went scrambling to take everything down. But like I said earlier, it's the internet, so once it's out there, it's kind of out there for good. The leak did confirm some earlier rumors, like there's a female lead character, some of it set in Vice City, among other things. The Hacker Man later posted an extortion attempt on GTA forums, which is insane that all of this was done on forums. The GTA forums and subreddits were temporarily closed down due to pressure from Rockstar and Take-Two. And the reason that they've been throwing their weight around trying to get rid of this leak is that old expression that you only get one chance at a first impression. Mr. Teapot kind of stole that away from them, that no matter how good this game eventually ends up being, it could be the greatest game of all time, but yet it's always going to be linked to this story. There are literally mouth breathers out there right now that are kind of pseudo reviewing this game based on the leak. And I really hope that they're trolling, because if not, I have a serious concern for the future of our species. And me personally, I just don't understand the desire to even want to look at this stuff. I mean, I probably could have found the footage, or at least screenshots of the footage if I wanted to, even though I was never gonna click on those download links. But I just don't understand it. We know so much now about how much work goes into developing a video game, and it takes an entire team of people years to develop a AAA title, especially a game like Grand Theft Auto 6. We hear stories all the time of people like sleeping at their desks to try to get games out on time. We know that there's so much work that goes into it. So watching footage of a game that it's at least 2 years out. I'll get into it here in a second, but I think it won't actually come out until 2025. That's my theory, but we'll get into that here in a second. So you're looking at clips of a game that is at least 2 years out, and you have no context of what you're looking at. Also, you have no idea when that footage was developed. It could have been the day before, it could have been 3 months ago, it could have been 6 months ago. So much could have changed between when that was actually developed and the day that it was leaked. We have no information about that whatsoever. So the desire to even watch that makes no sense to me, but especially having a hot take on footage from a video game that's at least 2 or 3 years out from being released is insane to me. It's almost like shopping for a car. I'm a Subaru boy, so I'm going to use them as an example. If you're shopping for the new Impreza and you're so excited, you can't wait for it to come out, so you break into their factory and you just see a random Impreza car frame on the line, and you're like, man, this looks awful. It doesn't have wheels, it doesn't have a windshield, it doesn't have a steering wheel. I don't know cars, I'm just listing like the most obvious thing. And you're like, well, this car looks like trash. It doesn't have all of the things I expect out of a finished car. I'm never gonna buy this car. That's how stupid you sound if you're legitimately critiquing a video game 2 years before it's gonna be released. And I can't even imagine how the people that actually are working on this game are feeling right now. It has to be such a surreal experience for them that their work, the thing that they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears into, gets leaked when it's only like maybe halfway done. And now they're getting dunked on by the internet because the thing that they're still working on isn't up to people's standards. That's so weird to me. I've been involved in so many projects that if you just looked at it about halfway done, you would think, did Pat have a stroke? Is he okay? Because it looks awful. But then I figure it out because, again, it's only halfway done. So the idea of dunking on these developers when they're only like halfway done with a game is insane to me, and it has to be such a weird experience for them, and I really feel bad for them. To further complicate this issue, I do think that this guarantees that this game does not come out until 2025. We saw this a little bit with the CD Projekt Red hack. They basically shut down all of their development, and it delayed the content that we got for Cyberpunk. I don't have any inside knowledge, of course, of their development cycle, but I'd assume that this leak basically forced them to shut down all development. I know that they put out the statement that this wasn't going to affect anything that they're already working on, but I just think that that's bullshit. It's just PR bullshit. There's no way that this doesn't completely shut down the development, at least for the time being. They have to shore up their security protocols to make sure that nothing gets leaked past this point. They already spent time and effort into trying to take away the leaks, trying to get it off the internet, which again, it's pretty much impossible at this point. Even though I understand that there's probably a separate team from the development team, it's still time and resources taken away from possibly developing a little bit more of this game. And I'm sure they're going to double back on the stuff that they've already developed. They're going to have stricter security protocols for future development, so that's just going to make everything more difficult. It's just going to gum up the works, and I guarantee you this game doesn't come out until 2025 because of it. So the moral of this story is, just don't leak a video game. It's a dick move. It screws over a lot of people, the studio, which I don't really care that much about, but mostly the developers who work really hard on this stuff. And it's really weird, I'm sure, for them to get dunked on about something that's like halfway finished. And it also screws over the fans because now you're almost guaranteeing that the game gets pushed back at least a year. But if a video game is leaked, don't critique it based on the leaks. That's so dumb, especially in this case where, like I said a couple of times, this game's at least 2 years, probably 3 years out. This is such an early build of the game. It's just so idiotic to critique a game this early in development. All right, YouTube people, so that's it. That is my thoughts on the GTA 6 leaks. If you enjoyed this video, definitely smash that like button, as the kids say. Hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. I am trying to put out weekly content at this point. Every Friday, expect a gaming related video. Last week, I posted my tier rankings for all of the Demon's Souls bosses. So if you like that type of content, definitely check that video out. I will be posting, in the next couple of weeks, I will be posting some The Last of Us Part 1 content. So if you enjoyed that game, definitely check it out. But until then, take it easy, guys. What's up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and this is my boy Yoshi, aka Kitty Boy, and we were just talking, and we agree that since you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. You wouldn't want to disappoint Kitty Boy, would you?